So I'm going to start my recording now. I just want to welcome you to our information night about the Plano ISD Industries Academy. It is a partnership with Collin College. And so just some kind of housekeeping things as we go through tonight. You're more than welcome to turn your cameras on so I can see your faces, but I totally understand if you don't. Since I am recording it, that means that our chat is also being recorded. So be mindful of our chat, but please use our chat to ask questions as I go through this presentation. There may be some things that some of my colleagues are going to answer in the chat that I'll probably answer in the presentation as we go through, but I do have some helpers out there helping me tonight. At the very end of our session tonight, I will open it up to direct questions so that you can unmute yourselves and ask any questions that you might have, or obviously you can still use the chat to either direct message or to send chats to the whole group. So just some introductions. My name is Elena Naya. I am a CTE coordinator here for Plano ISD, and I oversee our partnership with Collin College. We have Walter Pender, who's with us as well. Walter, do you want to introduce yourself?
Yeah, definitely. So my name is Walter Pender. I am the special admissions coordinator over at the Plano Collin campus. If you guys need help with anything from application all the way down to registration, you can let me know and I'll be glad to help.
And Walter is going to be helping me out in the chat tonight, answering questions from the Collin College side. We also have Karen Beekman, who is the director of CTE for Plano ISD. She's going to be helping out in the chat as well, answering questions for the Plano side of things. So I appreciate their help in getting us going in this meeting. So we're just going to jump right on in with what is the Plano ISD Industries Academy. This partnership that we have with Collin College is a 2-year program. It starts your junior year of high school and runs through your senior year. There is some options in some of the programs that after you graduate high school to continue into the programs at Collin College, where you can earn some further certifications and possibly some an AAS degree. This 2-year program provides students with very career-specific training and industry certifications in high demand, high wage career fields. So a lot of research and thought has been put into what career fields are going to be focused on and what courses will be offered so that students graduate being able to go right into the workforce. Students will receive workforce dual credit. Workforce dual credit, the best way I have to explain it is that it is more of a hands-on dual credit as opposed to like your academic dual credit with your English, your math, your core subjects. All of the courses, the classes that you'll be taking in this program are at the Collin College Technical Campus. And it doesn't mean that you will not go to your senior high campus. It means that just for the program courses, you will go to Collin College Technical Campus, and that's in Allen, and I'll talk through what that campus looks like here in a second. Your core classes are still taken at the senior high level, at the senior high campus. And if you happen to be a Plano ISD Academy student, an Academy high school student, then you would transfer to your senior high campus to either senior high west or east, and you would take your core classes there. Just to kind of preemptively answer some of the questions that we typically get, yes, this does take your elective courses, and how it plays out in your schedule or your student schedule will depend on what credits they already have, what classes they need to take, and really how their schedule flows. And so those schedule specific questions are really best answered by the campus counselors. They can answer those very specific questions you have about schedules for your student. The Collin College Technical Campus is in Allen. It's set off of Ridgeview and of Alma. It is a beautiful campus. It just opened this last year. It has trade bars that each specific trade has a location within this bar, and there's big learning spaces in between the trade bars, where there's lots of space to do all kinds of projects and learn all of the industry things that go into these programs. The students will be working on actual industry equipment. So I believe it was Tran, is that right? Somebody correct me, Walter or Karen, if I'm wrong, but Tran HVAC systems, they donated a bunch of equipment for students to use to learn, so that when they're actually working on these hands-on classes, they're learning using equipment that is used in the industry. There is some dual credit classes that are also offered at the Collin College Technical Campus, and that's through kind of the Collin College program. All of our dual credits that we are participating in, the programs we participate in for Plano ISD, I'll cover here in just a second as to exactly what those programs are. But there are some opportunities outside of regular school hours if your student maybe can't fit something into their normal daily schedule for their Plano classes. They can always do on their own courses outside of the regular school day, but that's on your own, not through the Industries Academy. These are the programs that we participate in for the Industries Academy. They're broken into some career fields. And so we've got in advanced manufacturing, we have biomedical equipment technology, electronic engineering technology, and industrial automation. And we'll look specifically at kind of what those courses entail here in a second. In the architecture and construction career fields, there's computer-aided drafting and design, construction management, heating, ventilation, and air conditioning, and welding technology. And then in the STEM career field, we have computer networking. So to get into the very specific parts of these programs, we'll look at kind of what is entailed with the program. But if you have very deep questions about exactly what kind of courses that will be taken, I suggest that you go to either the Collin College Technical Campus website or to our Industries Academy website, and I'll put those up at the very end, where you can read through kind of the course descriptions as to what classes are actually in these programs. Biomedical equipment technology is about the life-saving medical technology. And so, we need technicians to go in to keep this equipment running, keep it up to date, make sure that all of the parts of it work, from softwares into the actual physical parts to it. And so careers after that are going to be with hospitals, medical offices, and large clinics.
Hi, Elena. Sorry, I'm so late.
That's okay. Is that Kate?
Yes, it is.
Okay, Kate, hold on. Let me make you a co-host here.
Beautiful.
There we go. Well, then I'm gonna hop back just real quick, because Kate's probably gonna take over from this point. But Kate, on our intro page here, Kate is one of our workforce programs coaches at Collin College, and she is a wealth of information as to exactly what these programs entail. So you have a really good timing, Kate.
Yes, I am so sorry I'm late, everyone.
That is all right. So Kate, do you want to go ahead and, I made you co-host. You should be able to click. If not, I can click for you.
I think you may have to click for me.
Okay, not a problem. So we were talking about biomedical equipment technology and about to move into electronic engineering technology.
Excellent. So keep in mind that biomedical and electronic engineering technology are both electronic-based programs. So both of them are going to start with the same kind of foundational classes. You're going to learn about fixing electronic equipment. So you're going to learn some digital fundamentals and then some kind of robotics area. The difference between biomedical and electronic engineering is the type of equipment that you'd be working on. With biomedical, of course, you'd be working on hospital equipment, things like MRI machines, any kind of equipment that's contained in a clinic or a hospital. With electronics, it's a little bit more on the communication side of the house. So you'd be working with like radar equipment, communications equipment. So you might work more in like for a company like Texas Instruments or Raytheon, somebody that did more along the line of communications equipment. Okay, industrial automation. Industrial automation, just like electronics and biomedical, has that electronics fundamental. So if you are a person that likes to work with robotics or any kind of electronics, this is a really great career field. Industrial automation would be a little bit more in the manufacturing setting. So you might work for a company like Campbell's or any kind of manufacturing. So think of anything that has any kind of packaging. So you might work at like the distribution center of like Amazon or Walmart or something, because you would be the person that would maintain the equipment in the factory. So all the assembly line equipment, all of the robotics, that would be someone that works with industrial automation. All three of these have very good career opportunities. The pay is really good. We're pretty heavily recruited at Collin for these programs. Computer-aided drafting and design would be, those would be the people that would be working on the drawings of any kind of, some of it's in architecture. So you'd be drawing the buildings or any kind of, in an architectural setting, but also people have to draft any kind of part. Computer-aided drafters would work even in a medical setting, because somebody has to draw the intricacies of, you know, like a heart pump or things like that. So you would be working either in a 2D setting, so like a flat kind of drawing, or in a 3D setting. So we have some major 3D printing equipment. And so you might be drawing, and then you would run the 3D modeling of a large piece of a part or a piece of equipment. Construction management. Construction management is a pretty broad field. You would be not necessarily the person doing the building itself, although you would start with some fundamental principles. You know, you'd learn how to use basic tools and learn the foundation of building. But the construction manager is actually the person that kind of runs the build. So you would be the person managing all the people building. There's a lot of technology involved in construction management, because you have to learn scheduling, estimating, and of course, personnel management. So it's great for a person that's very organized. You would get a job like as a superintendent or a construction manager. You could work in residential construction, so building houses, or you could work in a commercial setting, so part of a bigger project. And so again, a lot of architectural skills, business skills, and a little bit of engineering and building skills all go into construction management. HVAC. We have an active HVAC program. We've had it for a couple of years. These guys learn all aspects of heating, ventilation, and air conditioning. So you not only work on, you know, things like furnaces, you learn a lot about different kinds of electronic components. There's a million different kinds of air conditioning devices. So not just, you know, the air conditioner that cools your house, but also think along the line of refrigerators, walk-in coolers, any kind of piece of equipment that either heats or produces cold air. And so these guys are getting really great jobs out of the program. Usually just after the initial certificate programs, they're able to go out in industry and start working right away. Welding technology. This is a fantastic program. And so with welding, we have a couple of different pathways for that. Some of the students will go into industries like aerospace or shipping. There's also welders that work in residential and commercial construction. There's welding in just about any kind of industry that puts two pieces of metal together. And so we teach all different kinds of welding. We start with some multi-system processing, and then we move on to, we do MIG, TIG. So there's several different kinds of gases that you use in welding. And so you'll learn all of the safety aspects and all the different kinds of welds that are available. And computer networking. Computer networking is the foundation of a couple of different programs. So computer networking, you'll learn a little bit of programming, but primarily what you're doing is learning how two computers will talk to each other. And so this can lead to jobs in basic IT, so help desk kind of things. You could be a network engineer, or it's also the foundation of like our cybersecurity program. So then you learn the security of the network. And so there's a lot of software and different kinds of networking jobs out there. We all see a million listings for cybersecurity. It's kind of throughout all aspects of industry. You'll see them in a hospital setting, in a manufacturing setting, any kind of business, any kind of banking. And so cybersecurity has kind of permeated all of our lives, especially these days. We're online for everything now. So lots of great jobs in networking and cybersecurity. So before we move on to cost, does anybody have any questions about, we kind of flew through those programs. Does anybody have any questions about any of them? Or are we kind of holding off till the end on those?
So if people want to go ahead and ask questions about programs now, that'd be great. If not, we'll just truck on through.
Right. We're a silent group.
Yes, very.
All actively listening. All right. I'll be here if anybody thinks of anything.
Well, and I know cost is always a question, especially when it comes to doing extra programs or different programs like this. So just some examples here of some area universities and how doing these programs like this are, cost effective. Collin College is $54 per credit hour. And so if you look at area universities, you're looking at much more than that. So students can actually take these courses now in high school and kind of get this part to where they can jump right into the workforce at a reduced rate. There is free tuition that is available, and that is based on household income, but it is cost effective to go ahead and take these. Kate, I see 2 questions in the chat about programs. Do you want to answer those real quick before we move on?
Sure.
Looks like we've got, is there additional programs offered in the future?
Oh, okay. So right now, is there a specific program you're thinking of? For as far as additional programs, that is kind of up to the school if they're going to adopt any further programs. We offer about 100 different programs at Collin College, but they have to be tied into your high school requirements. And so they have to propose them to the state as well. And so they keep reviewing for additional programs every year. So if there's something real specific that you're thinking of, you may want to talk to your high school counselor about it and see if that's one of the things that they're considering in the future.
And then Kate, I'm sure you can probably answer this. Is there a syllabus available to review for each track?
So syllabus is something that's course by course. And so if you're looking for kind of a general description of each program, if you go on our website and look up the different programs, there's a web page for each of them with a program description. And then there's syllabi specifically for each class within the program. So for overall program details, you can just go to our academic page and look up the different programs. If you're looking for course specific, you can look at the course descriptions, and then you can request a syllabus if that's something that you'd like.
And on our website, the Plano ISD Industries Academy website that Karen has posted in the chat, we also have that program information. We just don't have on there like a direct link to call in to ask any very specific questions. But if you're just looking for class specific descriptions and then program specific descriptions, we also have that on our website. I see our financial aid question was answered. GPA is 4.5, so that's been answered. When it comes to taking place of electives and having to give up band, orchestra, athletics, it's really dependent upon your individual student and what they have for their credits that they currently have for graduation and how it fits into their schedule. So as much as I would love to say, sure, you can still take band, it really does depend on your individual students. So that's something that you would need to ask your counselors about to see where that would fit. I see 11th grade students. Yes, this is open starting your 11th grade year, your junior year, and then you move into your senior year as well. It's not open for anything before that, and you can't hop in your senior year. It is a 2-year program. So if this is something that you want to pursue, you do have to start your junior year. How many credits are required for the program? If we're talking high school credits, that's going to depend on what credits you already have taken for graduation and for the programs for Plano ISD. And again, that's a counselor's question. When it comes to the different programs for call-in, the different credit hours it's based on what program you participate in. And Kate, I don't have the credit hours listed anywhere. Do you know those off the top of your head?
Well, for all the programs that are listed, you usually will take the 2 classes in the fall and then the 2 classes in the spring. And each of the classes are 3 credit hours, with the exception of the HVAC and the welding. Some of those are 4 credit classes. And so students will get anywhere between that would be 12 hours a year. So you can get about 24 to 30 credits if you go the full 2 years, that's half an associate's degree.
So I think our partners are continuing to answer the questions in the chat. So I am going to move forward, and then I can always come back and pick up any more questions that we have. I will address one real quick though about how many electives it takes per course to participate. And really that depends on the program that you're participating in and when it occurs in the day. So on the screen right now, I have the schedule for when these different programs are available at Collin College Technical Campus. And you'll notice on here that our HVAC program and the welding program are actually a 3-hour-a-day course. So these classes meet Monday through Friday based on the Collin College schedules. So what I mean by that is that you would start your Plano ISD classes in August, and then whenever Collin College courses start, then that's when you would begin taking those courses. And where you go when you're not at Collin College is going to be your campus, your senior high campus. So it's not like you got, free time to just stay at home and sleep in. The specific programs run from either 7 to 8:50, 1 to 2:50, or 1 to 3:50. We do, from Plano ISD, we do offer transportation from the senior high campus. So not door to door from your personal house, but from the senior high campus. So if you need transportation to the Collin College Technical Campus in the mornings, even the 7 a.m. class, we offer that transportation. Generally pickup at the campuses is approximately 30 minutes prior to the course starting at the technical campus. But it kind of varies by 5-10 minutes depending on what senior high campus you are at. And then of course we offer transportation back from the Collin College Technical Campus to your senior high campus. Each program has a limited number of spots available for our students. And this is a partnership with not just Collin College, but there are some other school districts that are participating in this program as well. And so there's some options dependent upon, let's say there's, and this is just a random number, there's 5 people or 5 spots open in, say, the 7 a.m. biomedical equipment technology program for Plano ISD. If Allen ISD decides that they are not going to use those, then we may potentially get some of those allocated to us. And so we could have more than those 5 students be a part of this program. And that number 5 is just a number thrown out there. What that really comes down to, and we get this question always right after, is, okay, so then how do we know who's going to get into the program? It is a lottery system, much like the IB school, the HSA, and the academy. So what we're going to ask for you to do is that if this is something that you're interested in, we're going to ask that you fill out the Plano ISD Industries Academy lottery selection form. You have until January 29th to get that filled out and submitted. And on that form, you're going to be asked to list your top 3 programs that you're interested in. So you'll rank them 1, 2, 3. From there, we will do a lottery system for each of those spots in the programs, and we will notify people of acceptance into the program by February 2nd. And so what that means is that, let's say for, you wanted to do biomedical equipment technology and then industrial automation. Let's say biomedical equipment fills up and your name isn't drawn for that, then we'll move you to the industrial automation and you might get into that from the lottery system. Then we gave until February 8th for students to accept the program selection. And if people don't accept their acceptance into the program, then we will open those spots back up for lottery selection again. The biggest thing here, there's 2 really big major steps. And one is to fill out that lottery selection form, because that's how we know that you want to be a part of this program for Plano ISD. The second part of it is to go ahead and apply to Collin College. That process, you could literally start tonight. We need you to apply to Collin College and be accepted to Collin College before we can make an official offering to you into the Industries Academy. So you can really complete that step at any time. We ask that you get that done just as soon as you can. There's a little bit of leeway here that we have about 4 days in there, so that if you get accepted into the program, you haven't finished that Collin College application, you can still go ahead and apply, and we can make sure we get that done before we move forward with registration and our orientation. Here are 2 additional resources for 2 websites to go to for information. So there is the dual credit site for Collin College, and then of course our Industries Academy site, and I believe Karen has been posting that in the chat. The Industries Academy site also has links to the Collin College Technical Campus site and some additional information, and also will contain the recording of this presentation and a copy of this presentation so that you can go back and read through any of this that you might need. We are also here to help you to answer questions, or at least provide you with additional resources to answer those questions. My contact information is on here, email and phone number, so is Kate's. And then the dual credit office information is on here as well. I know Walter has already said that you can reach out to him if you need. And then your counselors on your campus are a really good resource as well. So never feel scared in asking questions. Make sure you reach out to us if you have anything. I'm going to kind of scan through our chat here. It looks like my helpers, thank you, Karen and Walter, you guys have really helped answer most of these questions. I'm not seeing any that aren't answered. I do love, and I want to reiterate that yes, these are in-person classes. So our students right now are face-to-face on the Collin College Technical Campus. They're not virtual. And thank you, Kate, for saying yes, social distancing, reduced class sizes, all of the same things that we're doing here in Plano ISD as well. And I'm going to reiterate what Karen said in our chat. Yes, if you are interested, go ahead and apply. Go ahead and do the selection form so that if we can always reach out and answer questions, but that way we know at least you're interested. Your counselors will be made aware of who has filled out that form so that if they need to reach out and ask questions, or maybe they're looking and saying, I'm not quite sure this will work in schedules, let's talk, they'll be able to do that as well. So yes, please go ahead and fill out that selection form. That's our way of knowing that you're interested. Okay, any questions? And of course, I'm going to be here. We're going to stay on and answer any questions that you have either in the chat, or if you want to unmute yourself, I believe you should be able to do that. Yes. So if you want to unmute and ask questions, then I'll stop talking, I promise. Walter and Kate, you guys want to answer that question about CAD courses? Can a student take 1 or 2 classes at Collin during the summer instead of this program? I know one of you will have a great answer for that.
Yeah, it depends on the classes. We offer a few of our CAD classes over the summer, but only limited options. And so it just depends on whether or not, we usually do the basic CAD over the summer, but not a lot of technical classes over the summer.
I would also say be sure to talk with your high school counselor about that as well. Because while you're still at your Plano High School as a student, before you graduate, you have to make sure they're giving you permission to take classes during the summer. So that'll just be another part of the process.
And as far as the tours go, they do offer, you can go online and schedule tours. And generally they're small groups. They will allow you to go through the campus on your own and do a self-guided tour. They'll provide you with a map and you can walk through. You just can't get into any of the labs or anything. So it's better to go ahead and schedule with one of the small group tours. Well, when I say small group, it's usually between 4 and 6 people.
And it is a really cool facility. We've been blessed to go out and tour it ourselves, and the amount of thought and planning that went into the facility it's just amazing. It's a really cool facility. We also have on our website for each program Colin has made some videos to kind of describe the different programs. We have those linked on our website as well on each program page. So feel free, if there's a program that you're kind of toggling back and forth between, to watch those videos to get another understanding of what the programs entail. But those videos are out there as well. They're really great videos to watch. All right, well, that is our presentation for tonight. I'm not seeing any more questions pop up in the chat, but I'll still stick around for a couple more minutes, about 2 to 3 minutes. As I've got this up on our screen with information for contacting, please reach out to us if you have questions. That is what we are here for. And we know that this is a really exciting opportunity for our students. So we would love to answer any questions that you have, but thank you for spending your night with us and joining us with all of this new information. If you have any more questions, please feel free to unmute yourselves or chat with us, and we'll stick around for a few more minutes.